This is Jared Horak for today's RacingDigest.com, and this is my Santa Anita Saturday video for Saturday, June 3rd, 2017. We're going to do the 7th race from Santa Anita Park, the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile for 3-year-olds and up, 1 mile on the turf course. Now, looking at the projected pace scenario, the pace looks to be pretty quick. And if you look at the track profile, they've had 28 races at 1 mile so far at the meet at Santa Anita at 1 mile on turf. 17, almost about 18% wire-to-wire. That's pretty low for wire-to-wire, but the pressers and the mid-pack runners, they make up more than 60% of the winners. So based on the projected pace scenario and the way that the track profile plays, I think you're going to be looking for a horse coming from off the pace. Now the pace should come from number 2, What a View. You look at his today's Racing Digest pace ratings of 168 and 165 in his last two. He likes that Santa Anita turf course as well. 10 starts with 6 wins in 3 seconds, coming off of a wire-to-wire win at Santa Anita. So he's very tough when he can get out there. He likes to just keep rolling on the front end, and he's quick early. And the only other horse that could probably go with him early is the one Heart to Heart. He has 159 and 173 pace ratings in his last couple. He's coming in from the East Coast. This one has won a lot of races, a lot of stakes races. He's an 11-time turf route winner. But all 11 of those wins were wire-to-wire, and he's going to have a difficult time getting in front of What a View in here. Now, a couple starts back, Heart to Heart, in the Canadian turf at Gulfstream Park, he earned some big numbers. He earned a 108 fire rating and a 157 CPR. They could be a bit inflated, because if you look at a lot of his other recent numbers, nowhere close to that. But obviously, he's been a good horse for a long time, and he'll probably try to track the pace like he did last time at Keeneland, and try to take the lead, but like I said, he's never won if he hasn't had the early lead, and the profile could play against him a bit. So I think that the pace will be quick. What a View will have the early lead. He'll try to go wire to wire. Heart to Heart will track him. He'll probably try to go by, and at some point he could have the lead. But I'm looking for some off-the-pace runners, like Bali. He's one that could certainly win this race. Now, at Churchill Downs last time, in a Grade 1 at 9 furlongs on less than firm turf, he ended up finishing 5th. But you go a couple starts back, the Kilroe Mile at Santa Anita, firm turf, 1 mile on turf. He won that one with a 102 fire rating and a 146 CPR. Coming back to Southern California, he can certainly win this race if he runs back to that Kilroe Mile, and he'll appreciate some pace help. Another one that'll appreciate some pace help, Farhaan, and he certainly looked good last time. He won the Thunder Road, but that was a Grade 3. He's going to step up in here. But he's got a nice finishing kick. He finished up in 22. If you go back a couple starts, 9 furlongs on turf against Optional Claiming Company. Slow early, fast late. He rolled home in 22 seconds, and then he made his stakes debut in Southern California last time in that Thunder Road for trainer Phil D'Amato, and that was a nice effort, winning that one, coming home in 23 and change, getting a 98 fire rating, a 140 CPR. So he fits with these. He's sharp right now. He's going to get the right pace scenario. Flavian Prat is going to ride. A lot of positives there, and Farhan's going to offer some value. He was 8-1 last time. He won't be that high this time, but he will offer value. Now, Free Rose is one that's going to be an early runner in here, but he's making his first start in more than 5 months, and he's facing some tough competition. Gangster looks a bit overmatched, and then you have Bolo outside post. Now, Bolo, we look at his best ratings. He's got a couple 105 fire ratings, but they were both off of a layoff. So it seems like Bolo does his best work when he runs fresh, and he's not coming off a layoff in here, and I think that he could be a bit up against it, but he will get some pace help. So how I'm going to play this one, add my top 4. Farhaan is my top choice in this race. Bali will be my second choice. We will make What a View the 3rd choice and the one to catch, and then Heart to Heart will be the 4th choice. We'll play a win wager on Farhaan. We'll play an exacta box with Bali and Farhaan, and then we'll put Bali and Farhaan on top in a trifecta, and then we'll throw in Heart to Heart and What a View in the 2nd and 3rd slots as well. Now, if you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park, go over to today'sracingdigest.com. I sell full cards from Santa Anita Park each day. And also, if you're interested in that complete digest for Santa Anita Park for today'sracingdigest.com, go there, product section, the complete digest from Santa Anita, one of their most popular products. It's always a good product, and it gives you tons of information if you're playing those races from Southern California. And then they also have digests from around the country at today'sracingdigest.com. That'll wrap up this week's video. We'll be back next week with a preview of the 2017 Belmont Stakes.